The Nesher Ramla people, ancient humans that lived over 100,000 years ago, discovered in Israel. More than 120,000 years ago, in the Levant, the Homo sapiens lived next to a type of ancient human that we did not know about until now. The newly discovered type of hominin has been termed as the Nesher Ramla people, and according to the new fossil evidence discovered by archaeologists, fragments of ancient skull and jawbones and teeth, some of which are similar to Neanderthals, and some are similar to Homo sapiens, and some of them match none of the previous Homo family. This new discovered type of hominin could be the ancestor of Neanderthal populations in Europe, thus answering the mystery of how these populations infiltrated with Homo sapiens DNA prior to their arrival in those regions. They also appear to be an ancestor of archaic population in Asia. The Nesher Ramla people, archaeologists named the new members of the Homo family Nesher Ramla people after the archaeologists excavated the site in Israel where they were discovered, and this discovery of the new type of Homo is of a great significant importance, said anthropologist Israel Hershkovitz of Tel Aviv University in Israel. He's the lead author of the paper describing these ancient bones. He said it allows us to give new meaning to previously found human fossils, add another piece to the puzzle of human evolution, and understand human migrations in the Old World. Although they lived so long ago, the late Middle Pleistocene, that's between 474,000 to 130,000 years ago, the people of Nesher Ramla can tell us a fascinating story which reveals much about the evolution and way of life of their descendants. The remains were excavated about 8 meters underground, that's about 24 feet underground, at the Nesher Ramla outdoor site. The archaeologists found a large catch of fossils, mainly animal bones, but also some stone tools and some intriguing fragments of ancient human bones. They consisted of parietal bones, the top and sides of the skull, and a nearly complete jawbone, including a complete molar and most of the tooth roots. Researchers date these remains between 140,000 and 120,000 years ago. Details revealed via virtual reconstruction are very interesting. Virtual reconstruction analysis and comparison of these bones with other fossilized hominin bones reveals something interesting. The jaw and teeth were more like the jaw and teeth of Neanderthals, but the parietal bones were more like those of archaic Homo sapiens. Also, the reconstructed skull has very different appearance of Homo sapiens, with larger teeth, a different skull structure, and no chin. Hardly any chin. So the discovery suggests one of these last surviving populations of Homo from the Middle Pleistocene in the region around 400,000 years ago. After the arrival of Homo sapiens 200,000 years ago, the two types of humans shared the Levant for about 100,000 years, the researchers said. This is an extraordinary discovery, said archaeologist Yossi Zeidner of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem in Israel, lead author of the second paper describing the cultural context of the ensemble. He said, "We have never imagined that along with Homo sapiens, archaic Homo roamed the area so late in human history. Archaeologists find association with human fossils show that the Nesher Ramla people possessed advanced stone tool production technologies and most likely interacted with Homo sapiens." And they believe that the Nesher Ramla homotype was an ancestor to both the Neanderthals in Europe and the archaic Homo population of Asia. The bones did not produce DNA that would allow a more accurate determination of Nesher Ramla's people, but the researchers believe their discovery has important implications for our understanding of hominin emergence and migration. Since the Levant connects Asia, Africa, and the Mediterranean area, humans migrating between these regions would have passed through there, making it a potential hotspot for intermingling, of course. Our findings imply that the famous Western European Neanderthals were just the remnants of a much larger population that lived there in the Levant, and not the other way around, Herkowitz said. The researchers also found similarities in other fossils that previously puzzled scientists because they could not perfectly fit into the Neanderthal or Homo categories. Fossils from 160,000-year-old Kaboon Cave, 250,000-year-old Zuteya Cave, and 400,000-year-old Kesem Cave may also belong to the Nesher Ramla people. If that's the case, the findings could also solve the mystery of a missing population of Neanderthals which had mated with Homo sapiens more than 200,000 years ago, before the latter's arrival in Europe. Traces of this ancient association in European Neanderthal DNA had puzzled scientists. The oldest fossils showing Neanderthal features are found in Western Europe, so researchers generally believe that Neanderthals originated there. However, migrations of different species from the Middle East to Europe may have provided genetic contributions to the Neanderthal gene pool during the course of the evolution, explained anthropologist Rolf Quam of Binghamton University. This is a complicated story, but what we're learning is that the interactions between different human species in the past were much more complicated than we had previously appreciated, he concluded. This is from Science Alert, and it's on Infinity Explorers by Ash Shrivastava. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. My Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.